I'm not even gonna lie, I've been side-eyeing all the doors in my house after watching this show. Hey everyone, it's Sharonda from Pay Your Weight, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Netflix series Locke and Key Season 1, which is now streaming on the Netflix platform. The series centers around three siblings who have moved into their father's ancestral home following his murder, who stumble across some magical keys. But before they get a chance to enjoy it, they realize that they got to take a stand against an evil creature who wants to claim the keys for themselves. So just to let you guys know, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. Have no fear if you haven't watched it yet. I basically am going to tell you what I liked about the series, what I didn't like about the series, and is it worth your time watching or not? Is it worth the binge on this like snowy weekend, because it snowed here in Atlanta. So for those of you, also too, I'm sick, so if I sound weird, I normally don't sound like this, but the show must go on until my voice wants to come back. So for those of you who don't know, the series is actually based on the comic book Locke and Key by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. It's a very violent, gruesome comic book, so I was just, when they said that they were going to be turning this into a series, and I think that this is actually the third attempt. They tried to make a series with Fox, got scrapped. Tried to turn it into a movie, didn't happen. Tried to send this to Hulu, they said heck no. And now it's at Netflix. But I have to say, I'm very happy that this series actually came out. I had a great time watching it. So going into what I enjoyed about Locke and Key. The series does not work without good casting for Bodhi. So Bodhi is played by Jackson Robert Scott, who you may know as Georgie. He was little Georgie on It. And also, too, he was in The Prodigy as well. When I first saw him, we were first introduced to his character, I was just like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this Bodhi. But as the series continued to go on, I really enjoyed his character. And one of the things that I really did enjoy is usually when they have little kids like this in series, they always make dumb decisions and they always need help saving. And I liked how this Bodhi in the series, I liked that he stood his ground. Like, he got himself into trouble for making poor choices, but he was always like, he always made sure that he took responsibility for what he did and tried to fix it on his own. And he never truly needed saving. Like, in his mind, he felt as though that he could take care of himself. And I really liked that. He even had his little moment where he had to tell people like, do you know who I am? I am Bodhi. I mean, he didn't do all of that. But he was like, hey, I can take care of myself. I can do what I need to do, okay? So I was like, you know what, Bodhi? You go ahead and tell them how you feel. But as much as this film works for the casting of Bodhi, it has to have a good casting for his villain. And I would have to say that I was really impressed. And I really loved Laisla De Chiara, who plays Dodge. She is our villain in this film, in this series. And when we were first introduced to her, I was just like, I feel like y'all gonna go a certain type of way because my girl, she a little baddie, she looking gorgeous, and I don't want you guys to do that. And I'm happy to say that she is really a true villain. She might look good, she might have a nice little wardrobe, but she will get in that behind if you're not doing what she needs what she needs you to do. And so I love that she was scary. There was moments I was like, girl, you really finna do all of this? But she was fun to watch on screen. It was like, I shouldn't be rooting for her, but I respect you. Like, I know you are a villain, but I respect everything that you're doing. You better tell him. You better. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be rooting for the villain because she really is a bad person that does bad things in the series. But I really enjoyed her. Also, too, I do have to give a nod to the diversity in Locke and Key. Usually when we make these comic book adaptations, there's not a lot of people of color, and I like that they make some changes to the ethnicities of the characters, but they don't try to check boxes. There are people of color in the series, but it's not drawn out into some crazy storyline that really doesn't make sense in the grand, like in the basic plot of the series. And I do want to applaud them for that because I was like, oh, okay, they're just regular people who have a regular storyline. And I was like, I'm okay with this. I will say for those of you who are want it to be as true to the comics as possible, I will say that this is a more tamer version of Locke and Key. If you haven't read the comic book series, I would definitely tell you guys to go read it. It's very dark. It's very gritty. It's very gruesome. It's very violent. So I kind of like the changes that they made to kind of tame it down. And because of that, they've introduced a lot of different characters into the story. Some work, some don't. But if they're going to make it more tame to have a more wider audience that could watch it, I was okay with that. In my heart of hearts, I kind of wish they would like really have went for it, but I was happy with the final product that came out. But also too, I would have to say I was very impressed with the look of the series. I love how I love how the house looked, kind of seeing all of these different set pieces come to life from the comic book on the television screen. I thought they did a fantastic job. But y'all, with these little effects, okay, because you know in series, when they're in their season 1, you know they don't care about the effects. They look horrible. They look cheesy. They don't look right. But I would have to say, especially, there's a key that allows your soul to come out of your body, okay? Your ghost to come out of your body. And I was like, that looks so cool. They did a very great job with the effects. Even some of the other set pieces, as you get to learn what some of the keys can do, I thought that it looked very good. It looked like they really put the time and money into the VFX effects. I thought that it was done very well. Now, going into some of the cons that I do have, it would have to be, as I said before, this is a very dark comic book. And while I think that they did well with trying to make it a more tamer version for more people to watch, I do wish that they would have really tried to go there to make the show kind of as dark and violent as the comic book series was. And then also too, the writing is a little off at times. The kids do a lot of dumb things, and I'm just like, why are you guys doing that? Like, that doesn't even make sense as to why you made this decision or why you just said what you said. I do think for season 2, and I hope that they do get a season 2 for this series, I really do hope that they kind of tweak a couple of things, that they really take a look at the writing, the dialogue, the things that people are saying. I don't know if it's just because that it's a younger group of actors, that there's more teenagers in the series, that they feel like they have to say these crazy things. But what I will say for season 2, if they can just tweak the dialogue just a little bit, like just give us a little bit more something, a little bit more mature, a little bit more complex in this writing dialogue. But other than that, I have to say I had a really great time watching Locke and Key. I was hooked from the episode 1 all the way until the end of the episode. I kept wanting to binge every single episode. I was like up so late. I was like, I gotta go to work in the morning, but I need to see what's gonna happen to Bodhi. I need to see what this Dodge character, what the heck is she going to do next? I had a great time watching it. There's dark moments, but it's well balanced, but also too, it was enough for me to be like, guys, I'm good with this. Locke and Key, you have a fan out of me. Go ahead and give me my season 2. So I definitely would tell you guys that it's worth the binge this weekend. If you guys love fantasy, if you love adaptations, you know, like what Umbrella Academy has done, I think that you will enjoy Locke and Key as well. So those are pretty much my thoughts on Locke and Key season 1. As always, my name is Sharonda from Pay Your Weights, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit the notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. I'll see you soon.